is his 65th Masters appearance. Well, today was a major milestone for another golf legend. It is the 60th anniversary of Jack Nicklaus's first green jacket win. And Will, you were there this morning as Jack told us the story of when he was walking up the 18th green, took a look at the leaderboard, and he says he's colorblind, so he didn't know if he was in the lead or if he was tied, and he had to actually ask his caddy about that. It was a great story, and we'll have much more from Jack tonight on News 12 at 5:30.
Yeah, Meredith, you hear all the time how hard it is to win the Masters, and maybe being colorblind probably helped him. He couldn't tell where he was on the leaderboard there. There's no stress there. You don't get to look up and see where all the guys stand, so maybe it helped him out in the long run.
Maybe on his first one, but you know what? He went to win 5 more after that. 6-time Masters champion. It's a record that I don't know if anyone's going to be able to beat, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, there's stories. You could listen to him talk all day. We look forward to hearing the one in the next half hour. Thanks for that, Meredith. Well, Wrdw may be over for this year, but it has a lasting impression on the game of golf. News 12's Taylor Martin is live at 5 with how the money raised from the concert is helping First Tee of Augusta's youth programs. Taylor.
More than 5,000 people were able to enjoy Wrdw, a normal Wrdw, after last year having to be moved inside because of the rain, and the 2 years prior, the concert being virtual because of COVID. And with so many people coming out, the winner is First Tee of Augusta. First Tee helps kids across the Augusta area. First Tee helps kids across the Augusta area get more opportunities and life skills through the game of golf. 100% of proceeds and sponsorship dollars from the concert go to First Tee. And executive director of the program, Jill Brown, says they're hoping to hit a fundraising milestone from this year's proceeds.
Been $1.7 million over the course of 19 years. So next year is our 20th year, so it'd be great to hit the 2 million mark by then. And so it has just been very rewarding. The artists all perform at no cost to us, and so that has been a huge deal for us.
Now, all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll be looking at the opportunities that First Tee offers and how the proceeds from Wrdw will make those opportunities a reality.
All right, thanks for that update there, Taylor. Certainly a very important program in our community. Well, it's a bill that's top priority for the Senate Fish, Game, and Forestry Committee. We're explaining the bill and why South Carolina leaders think it has a chance of passing when Live at 5 returns. Riley?
And we've had a few pop-up showers and even thunderstorms so far this afternoon. The rain chance is only increasing the next couple of days. We'll have that full forecast just after the break. Time would not rule out that maybe there are some minor inconveniences for you on Saturday. Those temperatures finally do warm up once we get past the weekend. We're back with highs in the 60s Monday, then 70s Tuesday through next Thursday.
Thanks, Riley. Summer is just around the corner, and for a lot of folks, that means spending time at the lake or at the beach. In South Carolina, the majority of people who get behind the wheel on the water aren't required to have any boater education or training. State House reporter Mary Green reports.
Last year, more boat crashes in South Carolina were caused by excessive speed, driver inattention, or driver inexperience than any other cause besides weather. Advocates say changing state law will make the water safer and save lives.
When you're in the moment and you're about to be in a crash, you don't think of, who has the right of way. You can't think about that in the moment. So taking a course and being reminded of what the rules of the water are, that gives you the freedom to be safe on the waterways.
Morgan Kaiser of Chapin lost her father in 2019 to a boat crash on Lake Murray. And in that same crash, her mother lost her leg. Since then, Kaiser has been fighting for stronger requirements for people who get behind the wheel on the water. South Carolina currently requires anyone younger than 16 complete a boater education course to operate most boats and personal watercraft like jet skis by themselves. So adults don't need to have any training. This bill would require anyone born after July 1st, 2007 to take a boater education course to operate those vessels by themselves. So while that's only teenagers now, it would eventually be anyone in South Carolina. This includes boat rentals as well. and people who have completed this course in other states would have reciprocity in South Carolina.
If I operated a warehouse and I wanted to drive a forklift, I've got to get a license for that. I need to be trained, and so why would we not also recognize the need for safety on the water around children and families in a public space?
This bill still needs to clear two big votes, advancing out of a House committee and then passing in the full House of Representatives to reach the governor's desk. If that all happens within about the next month, then these new requirements would go into effect July 1st of this year. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
Thanks, Mary. This bill already passed the state Senate earlier this year without a single vote against it. And we'll have much more news and weather coming up after a short break. Stick with us.
First alert, right? What are they doing here?
I don't know. AC is acting funny.
It seems like everything's fine with the air conditioning. Is anybody messing with the temperature? Are you 64.com?
Well, if you're a fan of burnouts and wild rides, well, this tour is for you. It's the Nitro Extreme Tour, and it's here through Sunday. News 12's Will Volt takes us on an extreme ride that you don't want to try at home.
We thought it would be really cool if we took these incredibly talented people and we gave them the spotlight.
The Nitro Extreme Tour is giving stunt drivers the spotlight, and now they're giving me an opportunity to see what they do from their point of view.
It kind of feels like a roller coaster, but I think you'll be perfectly fine.
This will be a new experience. I've never rode in a car like this before, and my bosses will be happy to know I don't drive like this either. Should I be concerned?
We have the best of the best.
Oh, but still, you can see I look pretty nervous. I'm not used to spinning out like this or looking out my window and seeing the sky. But organizers say these drivers know what they're doing.
We have these stunt drivers that do these incredible things, but nobody ever sees their faces. Nobody ever gets to know them. Nobody ever gets to see what they do.
I saw it. I saw it well. And the Nitro Extreme Tour is giving you a chance to see it too. But maybe not this close. On my side, Will Volk, on your side.
I'm not really sure if he enjoyed that one too much, but Will did make it back to the station in one piece. The Nitro Extreme Tour will be at the Augusta Mall tonight through Sunday. We have a link to more information on our website, wrdw.com, Riley.
Hey, that was good stuff from Mr. Will Volk. Hey, we do have our latest winner for our Plunkett Hegan Air Sunshade giveaway. A big congratulations to Delano Mobley from Beach Island, South Carolina. To get your own sunshade, just go to wrdw.com, click on contests, and enter your email right there. Now look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
Spring into saving.
A diamond. So from the diamond anniversary to the silver anniversary, and the man who doesn't just move the needle in golf, he is the needle, Tiger Woods. I want to bring in Laura Warren, who is following him. And what did a patron put it in an interview with you this week? A sea of humanity that follows
exactly
Tiger?
right. And if you've ever been out here to see that sea of humanity, that's a great description. Today was more like an ocean, especially off of the first tee. If people weren't already standing, it would have been a standing ovation. So everyone just grateful every time they get to see Tiger Woods compete out here. They never know if it will be the last. He didn't do horribly today, ended his round 2 over, but he definitely has some ground to make up, and he spoke about that. But coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear from patrons about what it means to see Tiger Woods, a guy synonymous with Augusta National out here. As you said, he really moves the needle of golf, and also hear a little bit more from Tiger about how he's feeling about his game and what he needs to do tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Will, when you see Tiger Woods, that's the first thing you ask somebody when they're here for the first time. What do you want to see? They say Tiger Woods and the course.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of my first memories when I was out there last year. Was like, where's Tiger? That's all you want to see. I grew up watching him, and then when you see him in person, you know, you say he's the needle. He doesn't just move it in the sea of humanity. I mean, you know where Tiger is without actually seeing Tiger on the course. So it's pretty incredible out there.
Yeah, you can hear where Tiger is too because the roars.
Absolutely. We'll continue to keep you guys updated on how he's doing. But how well do you know the game of golf or its history? Coming up, how you can test your skills at Augusta's Museum of History. Riley?
And luckily, we've been mostly dry today on the course, but heading into our Friday and Saturday, those rain chances will be going up. We'll have that full forecast just after the break.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We're talking with First Tee of Augusta about how they plan to use the proceeds from Tuesday's Wrdw concert.
Time in the afternoon, we're completely dry, but still pretty gusty out there Sunday with gusts near 20 to 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, and sticking with you, Riley, we know weather is top of mind right now for golfers and patrons. It's so important. CBS News' Jim Axelrod stopped by our station to interview you, Riley, and you were featured on CBS Mornings, and you must have felt some weight on your shoulders giving this forecast here for the most important week in Augusta, especially for the golf world, too. Most popular man in town, as I like to say right now.
Well, they reached out yesterday afternoon, Jim's producer, and I talked to him, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is like CBS National News.
Yes.
So I was kind of nervous initially, but Jim is one of the most down-to-earth guys you're going to meet. He was super nice. You got to meet the whole weather team. We got a picture with them, and he just really kind of took away the nerves. So it was easy to talk about the weather, but this is a busy week, and all eyes are on Augusta for this forecast, and unfortunately, not looking great. We're definitely expecting high rain chances, but we just have to keep the lightning away. If we keep the lightning away, then I think the tournament shouldn't be in too much jeopardy, and we should be able to get everything in by Sunday.
Yeah, and something super important here is that a lot of those big names went out later this afternoon, and then they'll go out early tomorrow morning, so definitely something to keep your eyes on, and we'll continue to follow this weather pattern as we move throughout tournament week here. Thanks for that, Riley. Well, Augusta is full of storied history and tradition when it comes to the game of golf. Well, in honor of Tournament Week, the Augusta Museum of History is testing patrons' knowledge when it comes to chips, putts, and the history of the game itself. Our Hallie Turner says it's the perfect activity to show what you may or may not know.
You see the traffic, you see the crowd, but what about all of the history? One man tells me he's learned that there's more to Augusta than the golf tournament he's in town for.
I do things kind of fly by the seat of my pants a lot, and I just said to myself, I think I'll go to Augusta for the Masters.
79-year-old Jerry Presley from Columbus, Georgia didn't go to the tournament.
I didn't have a ticket, I didn't have hotel reservations.
Instead, the world traveler tells me he spent the past few days learning about the city he's seen on TV, but wanted to experience for himself.
So I didn't go to the tournament, but I spent a lot of time exploring Augusta and having fun, and kind of make it a habit to have fun wherever I go.
Jerry says the first thing that comes to his mind when he hears Augusta is
the Masters.
But his visit to the History Museum showed him otherwise, something Nancy Glazier was hoping for when she created the Hunt for History.
When we have people in here, I can learn from them, because they're coming not just from Augusta, but they're coming this week all over the world.
She's created a questionnaire quizzing you about everything from golf carts to golf balls.
It's the people I enjoy interacting with and watching their excitement and learning about things that they, oh, really? It's what you did. When you reacted, really? 80% of all golf carts?
Nancy says the museum sees thousands during Masters Week, so she wanted to bring something new to the table for anyone in the area.
Say probably we average about anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 depending on the weather during this Masters Week. So it's a nice introduction that people can have.
Jerry says even though he already knew some of the facts, there is a lot he didn't know, and he's going home with more knowledge of the city and a trading card to remember his trip.
I just want to know something about the history of the Masters and all, and it's a good exhibit. I have already seen some of this stuff, and I knew a little bit about it. I followed golf.
In Augusta, Hallie Turner on your side.
And hey, if the weather turns bad, maybe a good opportunity to go inside and check that out. The Augusta Museum of History is open throughout the weekend, so you can bring your children to play. You can find the museum located at 560 Reynolds Street in downtown Augusta. Stick with us. We'll have much more news and weather coming up after a short break.
First Alert Radio Station Repair.
Well, if you're going to be doing any spring cleaning around the house, you might focus on dusting, decluttering, and cleaning windows. There's something else that needs your attention, though, your television and your computer monitors. Our consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, shares some mistakes people make when it comes to spring cleaning their tech.
What the Tech, sponsored by WOW Internet.
Not that long ago, TV screens were made of glass, and you could use just about any glass cleaner to get rid of smudges. Not anymore. Today's televisions have a reflective coating, and cleaning them the wrong way could permanently damage the screen. So we're going to turn off the TV, clean it without making these common mistakes.
Mistake number 1, overkill cleaning. Using liquid when it may only need a good dusting with a soft cloth. Mistake number 2, using paper towels. These can scratch sensitive screens and leave little bits of paper behind. Mistake number 3, using the wrong liquid. A cloth dampened with water may be all you need, unless there are some stubborn fingerprints. If you can't get rid of a smudge, add just a tiny bit of mild dishwashing soap to the water, gently wipe, and then wipe again with a dry cloth. You could also pick up a cleaning spray meant for TV screens and computer monitors. This cleaning spray from Austere contains no harsh chemicals. Mistake number 4, spraying a liquid directly onto the screen. Instead, spray the soft cloth and then wipe down the TV. Mistake number 5, using too much pressure. TV and computer monitors are delicate, and using too much elbow grease can easily damage the screen. Mistake number 6, forgetting the remotes. These carry lots of germs. Take the batteries out to keep the TV from turning on, and you can use an antibacterial cleaner like some of these alcohol wipes to sanitize it.
And dust off the air vents. That'll let the television breathe a little bit. Once everything is dry, turn the TV back on. It's probably cleaner than it's ever been. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
It's also important to check your TV owner's manual. Each manufacturer has their own recommendations to keep your TV in good working order. Riley?
Well, we are still keeping a close eye on a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms across the area. We'll have another look at that forecast for you just after the break.
News 12's tournament coverage is sponsored by Southern Industries, Gerald Jones Subaru, Windsor Jewelers, and Rick's Paint and Body.
Wherever I go, I'm always keeping an eye on the power lines. In my home of Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria showed us what can happen with a weak and outdated power grid. So I became an electrical engineer, and now I work for Georgia Power. We're investing in the latest secure technologies, and we're building the future of energy today. Our customers are counting on us for a modern and dependable power grid, and I'll be keeping an eye out to make sure they get it. It sounded like a loud boom.
It's about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. Tiger Woods finishing the day 2 over, but, you know, one thing is always true out here. If Tiger Woods is on the course, it's a totally different energy. It's electric, and he never has to ask the question, where is Tiger? Because you can just listen on the course for the roars.
The crowd was just cheering on one, almost a standing ovation when he came to one.
They were all like screaming, like, go Tiger, and like hooting and stuff.
He teed off at 10:18, but patrons were here way before that to make sure they got a good spot to see him tee off.
We got up at 4:30 to get here early, and we wanted to get a gnome and also to see Tiger. Just not sure how many more years he's going to be playing, so we wanted to make sure we got to see him.
There are few people who can walk with the confidence of Tiger Woods at Augusta National. Even an injured Tiger has more swagger than any of us mere mortals could dream of.
He still looks like he owns the National. He feels very comfortable, you can tell.
It's amazing. Just amazing how much that gentleman has gone through with pain and suffering between his back and his leg.
It isn't his swing that's the trouble as he continues to recover. He's feeling good about that. He says it's the walking between. It's why he took a rest day Wednesday instead of practicing or playing the par 3 tournament.
No one really realizes how much you have to go up and down on this course. We've come here for 20 years. We didn't go down to Amen Corner today because it's too down. And then you have to come all the way back up.
But patrons know never to count Tiger Woods out. 2019 taught us that. And especially not here, where experience and course knowledge counts.
Hopefully tomorrow I'll be a little bit better, a little bit sharper. If I can just kind of hang in there, maybe kind of inch my way back, hopefully it'll be, positive towards the end.
Patrons are just grateful every time they get to see Tiger compete out here one more time, but we also know to never count Tiger out. 2019 taught us that for sure. But a bit of a bittersweet weekend as we head into Friday when Larry Mize, Augusta's own green jacket winner, walks down 18 on Friday. It will be his last time competing and playing in this course, but he says it's time.
I'm very blessed to have a great family, and they said whatever I want to do. And so I feel I've got a lot of peace. This is definitely the right time, and it's time for me to end my playing career here. But I'll look forward to coming back every year.
And as one chapter closes, another begins. Amateurs expected to do well out here. We're really pulling for him. We do every year, but it's been since the 60s since an amateur scored in the top 10. And this year, there are several out there that are hoping to do just that and break the streak. Our Nick Proto takes a look at the changing of the guard.
All All right, thanks, Dan. A shooting has taken the life of a 24-year-old. Now the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is investigating his death. Everything unfolding at a home on Kensington Drive. In the last 30 minutes, we learned the name of the victim, Marquez Bouknight. Investigators say he was shot at least twice. He was taken to the hospital at Augusta University, where he died just after 3 this afternoon. An autopsy is scheduled, and we are working to learn more information about this shooting. We're rolling out the red carpet in Augusta. Today, the 61st annual Red Carpet Tour stopped in Augusta. Our Nick Veland says the goal of this is to showcase Augusta as a premier spot for investors and new businesses to grow.
Businesses from around the world in Augusta today for a red carpet tour. And some of these businesses in past years that have been involved with these tours have decided to set up shop right here at Augusta Corporate Park. Cheering and welcoming business leaders to the Garden City.
We want to show them that all the great economic benefits of doing business in Georgia.
Showing them Southern hospitality and why Georgia is the place to invest in.
It's literally led to tens of thousands of jobs and billions of dollars of investment.
Last June, Wrdw, who broke ground on a plant after going on this same tour in Augusta last year. Along with the new plant, they're bringing more than 100 jobs to the South Augusta community.
We hear some new businesses are coming in the area, you know, more housing, which will actually help our business. But
more housing.
South Augusta has a lot of room to grow.
Griffin's greenhouse is family owned. Everything you see has been grown carefully by hand, and they greet every customer who walks in. They've seen this area grow and are liking the direction it's going with the bigger businesses coming to town.
It'll help boost the economy some more, bringing those jobs out and more housing out here. We'll hopefully bring more things out this way.
Yeah, because we started very, very small, and a lot of the people in this area, as it's grown, our business has grown, and you know, the future looks bright for South Augusta.
A future continuing to build off of businesses coming in and seeing the potential of what Augusta has to offer. And the red carpet tour will continue tomorrow as they make their way to Columbus, Georgia, and then they'll circle back to Augusta on Saturday. And Augusta, Nick Veland on your side.
Thanks, Nick. Wrdw is over, but their mission continues in Augusta. Every dollar spent and raised at the event goes straight to First Tee of Augusta. Our Taylor Martin is live at First Tee. Taylor, how much was raised in the funds, and how will they use those funds?
Well, in 19 years, First Tee of Augusta has been able to raise $1.7 million to give kids all across our area opportunities in the game of golf. Now, Wrdw is one of their biggest fundraisers, and with more than 5,000 people coming out to the concert on Tuesday, I wanted to find out where all the money is going. It's a quiet day at First Tee Augusta, but their impact in the community makes noise every day of the year.
Unlike some other youth programming, if you're going to teach positive life skills through the game of golf, it's great to have your own golf course. It's not inexpensive to maintain.
A new 18-hole putting green and plenty of opportunity for kids to learn honesty, integrity, courtesy, judgment, responsibility, and respect. All core values of First Tee at a price so affordable, no one is excluded.
The children get to play for $1 a round, and they get to hit range balls for $1 a bucket. So when you provide programming at an affordable cost, it doesn't cost more than $100. That's all we charge. And for the families who can't afford that, then we offset the cost.
Jill says creating more accessibility in golf allows children an opportunity they didn't think they'd ever get. By partnering with schools in Richmond, Columbia, and Burke counties, those opportunities are widespread.
It's when they see themselves being successful, when they hit a great shot, when somebody really takes the time to simplify this game. We're not putting a man on the moon. This is simply golf.
And while there's only one center in Augusta on Damascus Road, their impact reaches to Aiken County too at First Tee of Aiken. First Tee hopes the proceeds from this year helps them get to their $2 million goal and helps them continue providing opportunities in the game of golf.
All right, thank you for that update, Taylor. We are looking at higher rain chances Friday and Saturday, but now looking mostly dry into that last part of the weekend. Now look at the forecast just after the break.
Your safety.
Wherever I go, I'm keeping an eye on the power lines. In my home of Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria showed us what can happen with a weak and outdated power grid. So I became an electrical engineer, and now I work for Georgia Power. We're investing in the latest secure technologies, and we're building the future of energy today. Our customers are counting on us for a modern and dependable power grid, and I'll be keeping an eye out to make sure they get it.